All right. How to change air tires on a Strike Force. Pretty simple. Right here, you got your air valve, right? Usually there's a cap on it. Take that cap off. You're gonna wanna get you one of these guys here for checking tire pressure or for releasing tire pressure. I'm gonna use the release side here. You just stick it on the valve and push down. And you just hold that in until the air gets really slow or stops. You want to get as much air pressure out as you can, but you don't have to squeeze the tire to do so. All right, that's good enough. Now we just take the bolts off. I'm going to use my impact just because it's faster for me, but a ratchet is what I normally use with a 1/4 inch hex drive right there. You can use any kind of hex that's 1/4 inch though. So L shape, T handle, whatever you got. But it's 1/4 inch is the size that you use with a 1/2 inch open end wrench. It's important to remember if you're going to use an impact, be careful, don't hammer down on it, especially when you're tightening things back up. So this bit goes into that side, right? The heads of the bolts. And then you're going to use the open-ended wrench, 1/2 inch, to catch the nut. I happen to use these little magnetic trays for everything. That way I'm not losing pieces. And there's 4 of these total. I'll pick that up with a magnet later, if I can find it. Because these are air, it's kind of a little cattywampus when you start pulling bolts out. You just kind of squeeze these parts together that are open and it'll line that back up and those bolts will come out. No problem. That's why we take air out of it. If we didn't, it would be really difficult. Just dropping stuff left and right over here. All right, once you got all those out, the rims come apart pretty easily. And get that bolt out though. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. All right, there's the inner piece. Outer piece. Done. Alright, so now we're gonna put everything back together. The new tires probably come with the tube out. You need to get it in there with that. Doesn't matter which direction the tire's facing because the tread goes both ways, so there's no problem with that. But once you get it in, just make sure that stem is sticking out this way. Okay? And if you put a little bit of air into it, like I have, you can kind of see if I angle it just right. The tube here is, it's a little squishy still, but it's nice there. And it's almost flush with the inside of the tire. It sticks just inside there, which is important, so you don't pinch it with the rims when you put it back in. So first, we're going to take the outside part of the rim, and we're going to line up our valve hole, which is right here where this cutout is, onto our stem. Drop that down in there. Hold that with that other hand, otherwise it's just going to come right back out. We take our inner part, find the groove right here. See it right there, that groove? That goes where the stem is. I'm just lining it up here. There we go. Keep it vertical is what I do so that doesn't just fall right back out. I find it helpful for getting things started to go ahead and put the bit in there. And right now we're not going to tighten everything fully. We're just getting the nut set so that the rims are, make sure the rims are nice and straight and everything before we tighten everything up. This should be easier on you because your fingers are probably a little easier to work with than mine. And then I go opposite hole rather than every other. Just kind of keeps the rim a little bit more straight that way. I just get it to where it's just past the threads, so it can't come out. Hope you don't mind the music. I work better with music in the background. Especially good old rock and roll. In the distance, someone's baby cries. Down your alley, runs down your spine. Wish the sun would shine. Alright, now we can go ahead and tighten it down. Got all 4 bolts in. Basically, I'm going to take them all to snug. Not fully tight yet, but just snug. Allergies have been crazy. Ugh. Snug. We're going to go across again rather than going right next to it. Try to do things somewhat evenly. Snug. Extended animation. Okay, so now that they're all snug, I'm going to go ahead and give it just a little bit more. Make sure that's good and tight. Alright, again, I'm going to go across. You don't want to give it too much, or you could snap that bolt off. And those are, believe it or not, somewhat hard to find at a hardware store. The right exact size. Alright. They are all tight. Next step is to air it up. I don't know what you got for air pump or whatever, but because you're using air tires, I recommend getting something like this if you're going to be doing this a lot. Otherwise, I have one at soccer all the time, so you can always air them up fully at practice. This one just screws right onto the valve. Now, if you look on the side of the tire, it tells you the details of it. It says max inflation, 35 PSI. Now that's maximum. You're probably going to want to run a little less than that to get better traction. The lighter you are, you're going to use a little bit less pressure. I would say somewhere in the 32 to 33 range, but really we just need to mess around with it and see what works best for Luca. The cool thing about this one is I can actually set it to 35 PSI.
Well, I'm upper class, high society.
And just hit the play button. It does the work for me. Boom, 35.
She's got big balls.
Then you're good to go.
And my balls are always bouncing in my ballroom, always full. And everybody comes and comes again. If your name's on the guest list,
Bam.
no one can
One
take you
changed
higher.
tire.
Everybody says I got
If you have any questions, give me a call.